Y'all, your girl officiated her first wedding ceremony. Oh my goodness. Y'all cannot tell me nothing. Now, if you are a notary and you have been thinking about doing wedding ceremonies or becoming a wedding officiant and adding that as part of your notary business, please stay tuned because I am going to be sharing with you about my first experience doing a wedding, okay? It's Side Hustle Saturday, Side Hustle Saturday. Ooh, it's Saturday. Ooh, it's Saturday. It's Side Hustle Saturday. What's up out there to all of my fellow gold diggers? This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Welcome to my channel where I discuss my life as a wife, mom, entrepreneur, and business owner, all while trying to crush and achieve my goals. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you. But if you are a fellow gold digger, welcome back. All right, so it's time for Side Hustle Saturday. Y'all know one of my side hustles is that I am a notary, and I have the esteemed privilege and pleasure of doing a wedding ceremony a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to share with y'all about the experience. Okay, so brief little background information for those of you who may or may not know. I am a notary who is dual commissioned in the states of Georgia and South Carolina. In the state of South Carolina, if you are a notary, you can actually officiate wedding ceremonies. So the wedding I'm going to be discussing is took place in South Carolina. There are ways for you to get around that. If you are in other states where a notary is not recognized as a wedding officiant or can't officiate weddings, where you actually can become a minister and do wedding ceremonies that way. So I didn't have to do that. If I wanted to do ceremonies in Georgia, yes, I would have to become a minister in order to do it. But currently, as it stands for South Carolina, with my notary commission, I can do weddings. So just a little background. So definitely consider it and think about it because we are in wedding season, and that might be something that you may want to consider adding to your notary business if you are a notary as well. So, or even if you're not a notary, it might be a reason why you might want to become a notary. Okay. So let me share with y'all how I got the client. I received this particular client from a referral from a fellow notary. So shout out to that notary. They have been a blessing to me in so many different ways. And that is why you need to get you a notary buddy. So y'all can help each other out in certain instances. And it's always good to have somebody to connect with and ask questions about and stuff like that. So a fellow notary referred the person to me. And I got the phone call, set up the appointment, or set up the wedding ceremony with the people, and that was that started it. After I did that, I had my oh crap moment, like, oh crap, I gotta do a wedding. And I've never done a wedding before, okay? But it's not as bad as what you might think, okay? It was actually, y'all, it was one of my most rewarding notary experiences. I had a wonderful, wonderful time, and that is what I'm going to be sharing with you, how I got ready, how I got prepared with doing their wedding ceremony. Okay, so after I had my oh crap moment, I was like, okay, I got to get it together because your girl be talking big or whatever. So I was like on the phone with them, and I was like, would you like to see some of my sample ceremonies so that you can decide how you want your ceremony to be laid out? Your girl ain't had no ceremonies together. None whatsoever. But do not underestimate your girl, because I think I got the phone call that afternoon. And by the evening, I had 5 sample ceremony outlines ready to go in a nice presentation package. Okay, so your girl be about that business. In case you don't know, I am about my business. So that was the first thing I did. So how I prepared: Google and Facebook are my best friends. Okay, they are my best friends. So I Googled different wedding ceremonies, and there are a plethora of wedding samples or templates to choose from. Okay, I chose the ones that I felt most comfortable with, that seemed to flow with what I would naturally say and do. And I chose 5. It was 5 or 6. I can't remember that, but it was at least 5. that I typed up, put in a nice presentation, and emailed to them for them to choose which one they felt fit the best for them. So it was some variations between them, but yes, all I did was use Google. Okay. Also said, now at that point I was done. The wedding was probably not for another two and a half, maybe even 3 weeks away or whatever. So I was like, I was good. Then, so I didn't do anything else other than that. Okay. Had my little templates ready and stuff like that. Um, how about y'all? The morning of, I was like, okay, I'm looking over my templates and I'm like, they're okay. The one that they chose, it was okay. But I'm like, I need to jazz it up a little bit because your girl, sometimes I'll be doing the most, but I'll be doing the most in the best ways possible. So I was like, I need to jazz it up a little bit. So then that morning, I'm on Facebook, I am on YouTube. I'm looking at wedding ceremonies because some of the ceremonies I did see online, they were kind of dry. And I was like, I don't want my ceremony to be kind of dry or anything. Like I know it's a ceremony, but I want to put a little sparkle, a little sprinkle, a little razzle dazzle on it, something, you know. So I was like, I want to put a little something on it. So I started looking for poems. I also started looking for like scriptures and stuff like that. And I rearranged. I still use the template that they chose, but I kind of rearranged it a little bit to add in a poem and a scripture that I felt would best suit it. Also, I found someone in one of the notary groups. Someone had pretty much given their little outline of how they do a wedding ceremony, and I incorporated some elements of that as well into mine that they had posted as well to give it a little extra razzle dazzle. Okay, so that's what I ended up doing to kind of prepare before. Now it is time for the actual event. This is my first time meeting the bride and groom. It was the type of wedding ceremony. It was very small, intimate event. By small, I mean it was at someone's home, and it was like 10 people, including me. So it was very small ceremony. Very nice. The people were wonderful, y'all. Really, really wonderful. The ceremony itself did not even take long. And I'm glad, and I knew it wouldn't take long because I've been to weddings before. I've been married. I am married or whatever. And I was like, the ceremony, even when you have bridesmaids, people singing and stuff like that, the actual ceremony is the shortest part. It only takes like 30 minutes. So I'm like, this really shouldn't take that long or whatever to do. Plus, your girl had another general notary work assignment afterwards, and I was like, yeah, I gotta hurry up and get this done so I can get on to my next appointment too. But yeah, it didn't take that long. Now, when it was time for me to do that ceremony, y'all, I was in my elements. I don't know, like I've never done it before, but when I say I did a good job, y'all, I did a good job, y'all. I impressed myself. I was like, okay, girl, I see you. I did good, y'all. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing, and that is why I enjoyed it so much, and I'm ready to do another one again. Y'all should have seen me. I wish they didn't have anybody videoing or anything, y'all, but when I presented those rings, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was Rafiki from the Lion King when he presented Simba to all the animals or whatever. The way I was holding up those rings, Lord, you could have heard the music from Lion King, you know, eat me a papaya, whatever the music say. That's how I felt. I felt like Rafiki presenting Simba to the whole animal pack when I was holding up those rings. Okay, like I said, y'all could not tell me nothing. It was just so wonderful. Everything went well, but seriously, y'all, it was a beautiful ceremony. The bride was crying. It was just so heartfelt. And yeah, y'all, I knew that this was something I wanted to do again because it felt so right. It felt so right. So it turned out really, really wonderful. Some tips that I would give you if you are considering doing it yourself as a notary is type out what you want to say or what you're going to say, because that's pretty much what I did. The template, so most of it was already written for me. I did have to add in my poems and my poem and my scripture and everything like that. But type it out how you want to say it. Take your time, okay? Take your time. You are part of the main event, so there's no need to rush through it. Don't be like the little people, like how you were in church school and Sunday school and doing your Easter speech and speeding by and everything and saying it all fast. take your time, take a breath, slow down, say it nice, and so people can understand what you're saying, and say it loud, okay? Also make eye contact. I was looking at, when I was speaking to the room, I was looking at the room, not just looking down at my notes or what I had written out. When it's time for me to speak to the bride, I spoke to the bride. When it was time for me to speak to the congregation, I looked out at them. Make eye contact, and I smiled the whole time. Like, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold? Y'all, when I say I was in my element, I was in my element, y'all. It wasn't that bad. It was not that bad at all. So that was my tip for you. And relax. Like I said, the actual ceremony, because I actually timed myself and recorded myself so I could get feedback on what I might need to improve on. The actual ceremony itself took 6 minutes. I was at the place for about 15 minutes, but the actual ceremony itself took 6 minutes. Y'all, I literally felt like Dougie Fresh, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on 6 minutes, and I was gone, okay? Pretty much. So it only took me 6 minutes to say all the vows, for them to say what they needed to say, that kind of thing. Total 15 minutes, and I even took pictures with them as well, including like when they signed their wedding license and everything like that. So that's what I learned. What I would advise, and the lessons I learned, there is some things that I need to do on the back end. I'll probably come with another video about that because I work on stuff, tweaking things on the back end that I need to do, like to prepare for the ceremony, after the ceremony, that kind of thing as well. In South Carolina too, once they sign the marriage license, you are responsible for mailing it off to whichever clerk of court that they got the marriage license from. So make sure you do that. Different counties will have different deadlines for you to do that, so you do need to pay attention to that. That's not necessarily the back end stuff. I'm talking about more stuff when it comes to my money and just marketing, and how I could have better prepared and educated them on kind of what to expect. So even though I had my presentation package of wedding ceremonies, there's still so much more I could have done with that. So that is what I'm going to be working on. But yeah, y'all, my first wedding, I love. My first wedding went really, really good. So I hope this was helpful for someone out there. If you are a notary or interested in becoming a notary, or just interested in doing some wedding officiants, please let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions about that, any further questions that maybe I did not cover or go over, let me know as well. I am happy to share. But yeah, it was so beautiful, y'all. It was so beautiful, so wonderful. I love doing it. But that is all I have for now. Until next time, take care, everyone.